Welcome in live to our ON High School Game of the Week between the Lake Orion Dragons and Rochester Adams Highlanders. My name is Dave Siseski. I'll be here with you for tonight's broadcast. It's going to be an exciting one as Lake Orion coming off a victory, their first of the season. Both teams looking to get the victory tonight. The Adams Highlanders 0-2 on the season. Lost their last game 66-40 to Stevenson. Now injuries, going to be a storyline in this game for the Lake Orion Dragons. Andrew Van Heck and Xander Blackney both out tonight. So Lake Orion a little short-handed, but still going to try to stay undefeated early in this season in their home opener. Now both teams, new coaches to start the season. For Rochester Adams, Julian Thomas, and for Lake Orion, Joel Schroeder, his first season at the helm. For Lake Orion, keys to the game: ride your experience, an experienced varsity team here for them. Their perimeter going to be big for them. Lots of threes. You're going to see lots of threes tonight from Lake Orion. See if they can cash in there. For Rochester Adams, they don't put a lot of points up, so defensively they have to be really fine-tuned and try to stop this Lake Orion offense, which can be crucial. I mentioned Lake Orion coming off their last game, first victory of the season, 47-41 over Athens. And starting the season here at home between the Adams Highlanders. Opening tip, Lake Orion takes possession. Nicholas Fisher with the ball there. Fisher passing it up for three there. Lake Orion hits it. That's Cameron Sutton, who puts Lake Orion up 3-0 early on. As I mentioned, one of the keys to this game, Lake Orion's perimeter. You're going to see a lot of threes tonight. If they can be accurate and successful on that perimeter, you have to think they can come away with a victory. There's an early foul by William McClear. That's his first foul early on here. 3-0 Lake Orion over Rochester Adams. Rochester Adams inbounding the ball here, and inbounded to number 3, Ben Sherm's side. Adams looking for somewhere to go. Good pressure defense by Lake Orion, pressuring that ball. Adams driving, and that's good. That's Peyton Prescorn putting Adams on the board. Lake Orion bringing the ball up quickly. Trying to push that tempo early on here and get something going offensively. Down low. Lake Orion, nice move, good footwork there. And that's Ben Bodingheimer. You're going to hear his name quite often tonight. Puts Lake Orion up 5-2. Adams brings the ball up. There's a three. Just a little too strong, and rebound by Bodenheimer. Here comes Lake Orion. Nicholas Fisher with it. Slowing it down, setting the offense. Fisher going down low. Bodenheimer. Nice shot. That's Nicholas Fisher, the point guard for the Dragons. 7-2 Lake Orion early. Fisher pressuring that ball. Adams dumps it down low, looking for somewhere to go. And there's a turnover. Lake Orion bringing it up strong. Good job by Cameron Sutton. Slowing it down. Back over to Fisher. Fisher over on the wing. Back to Fisher. Over to Cameron Sutton. Sutton, top of the key. Dropping it, trying to get it to Bodenheimer. And unable to do so. Turns that ball over. Good defense by Adams here, down by 5 to Lake Orion, and it's going to be key defensively for them As I mentioned, they don't put up a ton of points. So you got to take advantage of those opportunities when given, especially here with an early turnover. Shermside bringing it up for Adams. Guarded by Fisher. There's a nice screen. Shermside with some room. Down low. Dropped it to Jonathan Ursey. Nice hook shot there for Ursey. 7-4 Lake Orion over Adams. Fisher over to the wing to Cameron Sutton. Sutton looking for somewhere to go back to Bodenheimer. The 6'3" senior. Fisher, nice fake drop down to Bodenheimer, who hits a hook shot, and it's good. 9-4 Lake Orion. Real nice shot there, knowing where you're at underneath the basket for Bodenheimer. That's his second basket here for Lake Orion. Shermside drops it over to the perimeter. That's Jacob Durand. Down low to Jonathan Ursey. Ursey, nice move, and he'll draw the foul. Good footwork there for the big guy. That foul is going to be on number 21, Brennan Jones. That's his first, team's third. So Ursey will shoot two. First shot up, and just a little too strong. So Ursey, the big man in the paint for Rochester Adams. You'll hear his name quite often tonight. That is one of their strong points, in the paint. Second of two for Ursey. It's just a little bit short there, and rebounded by Lake Orion. Lake Orion bringing it up. It's Malachi Granberry. Leaves it for McClear. Back over to Cameron Sutton. And that a little too strong by Granberry, and will be a Rochester Adams basketball. So Lake Orion trying to push the tempo a little bit here in the first quarter. Up 9-4 with 4:14 left in the first quarter over Rochester Adams. Shermside drops it off. Corner three, a little too strong, and rebounded nicely by Lake Orion. Granberry playing the point. Drops it off to Bodenheimer. Over to Granberry. Back over to Sutton. Sutton for three, and it's good. 12-4. Nice looking shot there by Sutton to put Lake Orion up big here early. And we'll have a turnover. And we'll take a timeout here. Just want to remind you, DVD copies can be purchased by calling ONTV at 248-693-3377 or 248-393-1060. For only $10, you can get a copy of not only this game, but any game or program in our broadcast vault. That's a DVD copies, 248-693-3377 or 248-393-1060. So Lake Orion doing a good job early on here, putting on the pressure offensively. 12-4 up on Rochester Adams, and when you struggle to score like Adams does, you don't want to fall too far behind early on in this quarter. And Lake Orion's really done a good job from the perimeter. As we saw a three-pointer from Cameron Sutton there to put him up. Ben Shermside getting pressured by Granberry. Shermside uses a pick. Looking for somewhere to go. Nice pick and roll there, but that's great play by the senior, Dylan Bodenheimer, who will draw the foul. Just a little too strong there, as Lake Orion will take over. So Bodenheimer doing everything, offensively, defensively. Here comes Granberry, bringing it up, using a screen back over to Sutton. Sutton picks up his dribble, jump shot, just a little too strong. and rebounded by Shermside, but Lake Orion ties it up. We will get a change of possession, however. Dragons up 12-4. Andrew Bryant coming into the game for William McClear. Adams looking to answer on this end. We'll get a whistle and a foul on the perimeter there. It's going to be on Malachi Granberry, his first, team's fourth. Adams inbounding it down low. Looking for somewhere to go. Jump hook there. And just a little too strong let off the hand of Alex DeGreck. But we'll keep it down here in the Adams end. Lake Orion up 12-4, down low, nice play behind the basket there, perfectly drawn up, and an easy one for Peyton Prescorn. 12-6, Lake Orion over Adams. Nicholas Fisher, over to Andrew Bryant, back to Fisher. Fisher, nice move, back over to Cameron Sutton, trying to get some room here. Lake Orion down low, and just a little bit too hard off the backboard is Andrew Bryant, and Adams will pick up that rebound and come back down the other end. Drive and foul. A little bit of a late whistle there, but nice move by Peyton Prescorn, who will go to the line and shoot two, down 12-6 with 2:09 left in this first quarter. So tempo starting to be pushed up a little bit by both sides. Prescorn's first shot, it's good, all net. Number 20, Alden Ritt will come in for Jeffrey Perkowski. Second shot for Prescorn, just a little too strong and rebounded by Andrew Bryant. Nicholas Fisher brings it up for Lake Orion, over to Cameron Sutton. Andrew Bryant, over to Ritt. Down low, nobody home. Bodenheimer looks like he was trying to go to Andrew Bryant, but just a little bit of miscommunication there, and we'll turn it over into the hands of Rochester Adams. 12-7, 152 left in this first quarter. Rochester Adams bringing the ball up, looking to get back into this game. A little bit of a slow start for Adams, but they've been able to climb back in with some free throws. There's a turnover there into the hands of Nicholas Fisher. Fisher over to Cameron Sutton. Sutton with that three-pointer early on. And stolen away there, just out of the hands of Bodenheimer. That's a nice play by Alex DeGreck, who's we've heard his name a couple times early on in this first quarter, the big center for Rochester Adams. Just deflecting the ball there, and with the deflection, Bodenheimer going for a backcourt violation. Adams bringing it up. That's Ben Shermside. Nowhere to go. Good defense by Lake Orion, turned over to Fisher. Fisher up for two, and that's the easy way to do it. He'll put Lake Orion up 14-7. Nice defense there. He saw it all the way and was able to have an easy 2 points. Here comes Adams, looking to answer, trying to slow it down just a little bit out of their comfort zone, speeding that up. Perimeter drive, and nice bucket off the backboard. That's Jonathan Ursey. He pulled his defender there, quick feet, and hit the nice jump shot off the backboard. 14-9, 31 seconds left in this first quarter. Bodenheimer over to Bryant. Bryant looking for somewhere to go, over to Fisher. Fisher over to Ritt. Ritt stops, nowhere to go. Back over to Fisher. Fisher will take his time with 8 seconds left. Lake Orion trying to get that last shot here. Fisher creating some space, dribbling up. And we'll have a travel there. So just nowhere to go. Looked like he wanted to stop and pop, but good defense by Rochester Adams. Just 1 second left here. Be a miracle if they can get a shot off. We'll have a long pass. And that one will never get off. So at the end of one, 14-9, Rochester Adams down to the home team, Lake Orion Dragons. Make sure you go mobile with ON TV anytime. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube on your mobile devices. Connect with ON TV to see what's happening on our studio. See upcoming events and watch ON TV programs and high-definition, on-demand ON TV. Working to bring Lake Orion to the world. So the Lake Orion Dragons coming out here early on, really picked up the tempo. Good from the perimeter, perfect. 2 for 2, a couple threes. Cameron Sutton with a deep three, putting them up, and they're up by 5 here over Rochester Adams. For Rochester Adams, I talked about the perimeter, or I talked about down low. The interior going to be their strength there. A nice first quarter for Jonathan Ursey. As I mentioned, you're going to hear his name all night long. Able to pop and drive the ball down low. So Ursey, a good job to keep Adams in this game. So we'll start the second quarter. Lake Orion up. Trying to go 2-0 on the season early on. Granberry bringing it up. Using a screen. Nice job for him. Give and go pass. Deep three. And just a little short from Cameron Sutton, who had a wide open look there. Brought up by Adams. Peyton Prescorn. A couple buckets in that first quarter for Prescorn and Rochester Adams. Prescorn driving it up. Drops it to DeGreck. Just not a lot of room there. Good job by Lake Orion playing man-to-man defense here, but they've just been at the right place at the right time here. Corner three, deep three, and that's good. Drew that up perfectly. That's Andrew Brown. We got a 14-12 ball game. Lake Orion pushing it up. Back to Granberry. There's a kick ball there off the foot of Jacob Duran. And Lake Orion will inbound that to Sutton. Sutton trying to shake his defender there, but good job by Alex DeGreck. Sutton asking for some help, clears it, drives it, teardrop, and just a little off here. Granberry. Three from the top, and just a little too long. That was Alden Ritt for Lake Orion, the sophomore. 14-12, Lake Orion over Rochester Adams. Andrew Brown acting like he's gonna pop there. That was a deep NBA three. But he'll just drop it off. Drive by Alex Prescorn. Prescorn, he called for the travel. So good job by Lake Orion moving your feet. That was Alden Ritt there. Here comes Lake Orion with 6:19 left in this second quarter. Up by 2 over Rochester Adams. Cameron Sutton in the corner. Nice pass and foul drawn by Brennan Jones. Brennan Jones, good drive there, using the pump fake. Once you're able to draw your defender there, use your speed, good footwork by Brennan Jones, and he'll be shooting 2 for Lake Orion. First free throw up. It's good. Put that at 15-12 Lake Orion with one more free throw coming for Jones. And that's good as well. So taking advantage of getting to that line, that could be a storyline in this game as well. Want to connect on those free throws. Good job, Lake Orion there, putting some pressure defense, but a wide open three for Adams, and it is off the mark, as that's Andrew Brown. And Jonathan Ursey, right place, right time, getting the rebound, and he'll go to the line for two. They're just not giving up here, playing some good defense really for Rochester Adams, and offensive rebounds has been huge for them early on in this game. First free throw is off the mark for Ursey. Second one coming here. And that's no good as well. Rebound, Lake Orion. Falling to the ground is Dylan Bodenheimer. Pitched up by Granberry. Over to Sutton. Sutton rushed that, had a little bit more time, but Bodenheimer, reverse layup, and a little too strong. Again, rebound by Jonathan Ursey. Here comes Rochester Adams pushing it. Ursey trying to get it over to Alex DeGreck, and just a little bit too short on that pass. Ball will go out of bounds behind the basket here, staying with Rochester Adams down 12-16. Inbounded to DeGreck. Over to Ursey. Ursey over to Prescorn. Prescorn dropping it down. Nice play. Just coming up just a little too short. Prescorn, though, with the offensive rebound. Keeping it at this end. Prescorn, pass. Head fake. Adams, and it's good. That's Jonathan Ursey. 14-16, Lake Orion on top. Granberry will take a timeout with Lake Orion up just by a basket. Be sure to tune in to replays of your favorite games right here on ONTV. Tune in on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays at 7 p.m., Saturdays at 1 p.m. for the most current games in our lineup. Games are also replayed throughout the week, so check our program guide on our webpage at orionontv.org for replay times that best fit your viewing schedule. Also, visit YouTube links for games on demand, www.orionontv.org. So we've had a good contest early on here between the Dragons and the Rochester Adams Highlanders. As I mentioned, Lake Orion looking for their second win of the season here. Highlanders looking for the first one. 0-2 early on. Either game in league play for these teams. If you're looking at a couple players that have stood out early on in this first half, obviously Dylan Bodenheimer on the offensive side and defensively. And on the other side for Rochester Adams, Jonathan Ursey. He really's got a lot of talent down low, and he can stretch the floor for a big man as well. Had a couple offensive boards there, creating some points for Adams. Did Ursey. Lake Orion gonna inbound this ball. And there's Granberry. Granberry using some speed over to the corner baseline. Down to Bodenheimer. Bodenheimer, jump hook, and just a little too strong. Rebound by Adams. Brought up by Alex Prescorn. Prescorn looking to drive, nowhere to go, loses the ball. There's a scrum on the floor. Good job by Lake Orion, jump ball. But we're gonna keep it down at this end. Andrew Bryant back in for Lake Orion. Inbound pass will be by Peyton Prescorn under the basket here. But we're going to get a timeout, 30-second timeout by Rochester Adams. ONTV has just launched our brand new internet radio station. You can create your own podcast, radio show, or sign up to become a DJ. For more information on the radio station, give us a call at 248-693-3377. or 248-693-1060. So the game of the week is definitely living up to all the hype that we hoped it would. Lake Orion up by 2, 16-14, 4:22 left in the first half over Rochester Adams. And just a completely different story for both teams. Lake Orion stretching the floor from the three-point line. Adams more of a slower tempo. And down low, they've just been really effective offensively. Inbound play. Over to Peyton Prescorn. Prescorn makes a move and one. Count that baby in a foul. Beautiful move there by Prescorn, who banked it in to tie this ball game. So just like that, Prescorn can put up the Highlanders with just a free throw. So coming out of a timeout, definitely a great job there by Julian Thomas drawing that one up for his player Peyton Prescorn, excuse me. Prescorn is senior, hits the free throw, and Rochester Adams up 17-16. Adams applying some pressure. Granberry trying to get over half court, passes it up to Alden Ritt. Back over to Granberry. Over to Sutton. Sutton losing that ball. Bodenheimer throws it away. Here comes Adams. Drive. And we got a foul. That's Justin Mims with the Euro step there to create the foul. And Mims will go to the free throw line. Adams trying to build on that lead. Their first of the ball game, up 17-16 with 3:52 left in this first half. Mims' first shot, and a little too strong. Bouncing off the iron. Lake Orion will get their point guard back in, Nick Fisher. Second shot for Mims. And rolls off the iron. Here's Fisher pushing it up. Lake Orion down by 1 point. Fisher over to Ritt. Ritt back to Fisher. Lake Orion slowing that tempo down just a bit here. Bodenheimer. Back over to Ritt. Over to Fisher. Fisher back to Sutton. Ritt, three-pointer, up and just off the iron. Rebound picked up, not too clean, but it's a rebound. Just Jonathan Ursey. Over to Mims in the corner. Mims makes a move, drives the ball down low. And they're going to call that on a foul push on Cameron Sutton. That's his second. Really could have went either way there. Looked like it went off Sutton's foot. 2 free throws. Actually, we're going to get a 1-and-1 with Jonathan Ursey. First one up. And he won't get a second one. Bodenheimer picks up the rebound. 3:07 left in this first half. Over to Fisher. Fisher over to Sutton. Back to Fisher at the top of the key. Back over to Sutton. Mims right on top of him. Back to Fisher. Fisher looking to create some space. Over to Sutton. Back to Fisher. Fisher gets that ball somehow, shoots it over to Sutton. Sutton loses it. Picked up by Mims, and we'll have another turnover. So 2 quick turnovers in the matter of seconds there. We're back where we started with Fisher at the top of the key. Running that offense down low. Bodenheimer stops, turns, draws a foul. Good strong move there by the senior. And we're going to have a couple free throws here. So that foul is the first for Peyton Prescorn. Good strong move in the post by Dylan Bodenheimer. He'll be shooting 2. Couple dribbles, shot up, it's good. Tie ball game, 17-17. William McClear will come in for Lake Orion, as well as Jeffrey Perkowski. Bodenheimer's second free throw. It's up. It's good. Lake Orion back on top, 18-17 with 2:12 left. See if Lake Orion can hold on to that to go into the second half. Adams has done a nice job in this second quarter, completely different team. Adams, drive. Not a lot of room created there, but good job. Down low block by Perkowski on Ursi. Here comes Fisher. Stops. Over in the corner. Dylan Bryant. Up to the top, over to Fisher. Fisher getting the screen. He'll stop and set the offense up again. Bodenheimer trying to go over to Bryant. Bryant wasn't looking, but they were able to keep that ball somehow in the possession. Fisher with 1:15 left. Lake Orion up by 1 point. Fisher over to the corner, drops it off. Into the hands of William McClear, who will pick up the foul. It's a push on number 25, Alex DeGreek. That's his second. Lake Orion inbound. Over to Fisher. 1:06 left. Fisher trying to make a move and create some space. Good defense there by Ben Schermside. Down low to Bodenheimer, and that's a travel. So there's just no room down low, trying to create some space even on the perimeter, and Rochester Adams has been everywhere you look. Good defense by Adams here. And as I mentioned, this second quarter has been completely different for Rochester Adams, who just looks like they've settled in. 18-17, 54 seconds left. Here comes Adams bringing the ball up. Ben Schermside, guarded by Granberry. Sutton on Peyton Prescorn. Prescorn creating some space. Stops, pops. And a little too strong. Here comes Granberry. Granberry with 34 seconds. He's got some time. Drop down low, and nice job by Jeffrey Perkowski to draw the foul. Not able to hit the shot, but he'll go to the line. Perkowski, first to two at the line. It's up, a little too strong there. He'll get one more. The 6'6" sophomore. Perkowski's second free throw. A little too strong again. So Lake Orion will stay up by one here. Here comes Adams. Adams looking to push the ball up a little bit here, and we'll slow it down again by Schermside. 18 seconds left in this first half. Schermside looking for a screen. Good job by Adams, Bodenheimer, and Granberry. And we'll get a timeout here with 10.1 seconds left in this first quarter, or first half, excuse me, with Lake Orion up by one. During this sports season, ONTV will be covering a large variety of games. Our sports coverage will include varsity boys basketball, varsity girls basketball, and varsity hockey games. Select games will be streamed live on dragonbroadcasting.org and will be replayed on our channel Comcast 10 and at AT&T 99. Visit OrionONTV.org for our program schedule. So with just 10 seconds left, Adams trying to draw up one of those plays that they've been so successful in the second quarter with. Got to give a lot of credit to Julian Thomas. Whatever he said to his team at the end of that first quarter has clicked in. There's Schermside. Schermside, nice play and a nice block. That off the hand of number 20, Alden Ritt, 6'5" sophomore, stepping up defensively. 1.6 seconds left in this first half. See if Lake Orion can get a shot off here and clear some space. Use a screen here at half court. Really, that was just drawn up perfectly for Adams, but defensively just answering the bell. Alden Ritt going to inbound this. We're going to see a Hail Mary here. A deep pass. With 1.6, you got enough time there to catch it, turn around, and get a shot off. You might get one dribble, maybe. But you got some time. You don't got to rush it too much. Adams setting their defense. Inbounded to Bodenheimer. Bodenheimer throws it, and that's off the rim. One-handed, almost hit that shot. So that'll be the end of the first half. 18-17 lead for Lake Orion over Rochester Adams with our ONTV Game of the Week. Thanks for tuning in here. Make sure you come back, get some snacks, some refreshments. We'll be back here with you for the second half. 18-17 Lake Orion Dragons over the Rochester Adams Highlanders.
Hey, it's ONTV here. Now, have you ever had the urge to create your own TV show? Or just wanted to see what goes behind the scenes of making one? Well, we have just the program for you. ONTV offers production classes, which allow you to take control and create the programs you want them to be. To get started, all you have to do is sign up for a free orientation, and then register for one of our production courses. For more information, feel free to call us at 248-393-1060, or go to orionontv.org and click register now to sign up for classes. We hope to see you soon.
And welcome back into the ONTV Game of the Week. That's Lake Orion Dragons versus the Rochester Adams Highlanders. Lake Orion up by 1 point, 18-17. Story that first half, well, for both teams, a little bit different. Down low, the key to the game, as I mentioned early on for Rochester Adams, and that's exactly what they did. Jonathan Ursay went to him early and often, and Peyton Prescorn doing a nice job in that second quarter to bring Adams back in. On Lake Orion's side, Cameron Sutton hitting a couple three-pointers for them from deep. Got that nice three-point stroke going. Nicholas Fisher, well, he has one bucket in this game, but he's controlled most of the possessions for Lake Orion. And Dylan Bodenheimer on both sides of the ball have been strong defensively and offensively. The key for Lake Orion, you got to create some space for Bodenheimer. Go down low to him with that good footwork. See if he can get some buckets in this second half. So 18-17, as I mentioned, David Zaseski here with you for the ONTV Game of the Week. And we are underway. Brought up by Fisher. Fisher dribbling it over to the left side, creating some space. Bodenheimer by himself. Drop pass to Cameron Sutton, and that bouncing off. That backboard hit by one of the defenders from Rochester Adams, moving the ball just a little bit. Wonder if that had something to do with it popping out. So nice early play there, but not able to capitalize. Here comes Adams. Adams dribbling the ball up is Ben Chermside, the junior point guard. Chermside leaving it to Jacob Duran. Duran, top of the key. Over to Peyton Prescorn. Prescorn spins. And they're going to call an offensive foul there. Didn't quite see it, but believe that's going to go on Jonathan Ursay. So that's a soft foul there, but nevertheless, turning the ball over to Lake Orion. And Fisher will bring it back up with Duran applying the pressure. Fisher creating some space, leaving it for Sutton. Sutton back over to Fisher. Fisher dribbling it over to the left side perimeter. Down low, back to Fisher. Fisher, teardrop, unable to hit it. Pops out and rebounded by Peyton Prescorn. Prescorn over to Chermside, who had a nice first half there for the Highlanders, and off the screen there, we're going to have a foul on Lake Orion. That's William McClear. It's his second, Lake Orion's first of this second half. Inbounding on the sidelines. Inbound pass. Drop down low to Peyton Prescorn. Prescorn creating some space, and he'll draw a foul. Nice job there. Didn't look like he had anywhere to go. Nice defense by Bodenheimer, but getting clipped right on the wrist there. And as you know, it's not part of the ball. So 2 free throws coming for Prescorn. First one up, and no good. Andrew Bryan will come in for William McClear. Second for Prescorn. Dribbles, shoots it. It's good. Tie ball game at 18 apiece. Here comes Fisher. Fisher, pass up to Sutton. Sutton back to Fisher. Setting that offense. Goes left, goes right, uses a screen. Back over to Sutton. Sutton spinning it over. Down low. Nice job defensively there. Good steal by Jacob Duran. Duran back over to Jonathan Ursey, and they're going to call Ursey for travel. So Ursey looked like he wanted to pass it, but unfortunately for him, he'll turn the ball over. Here comes Fisher, tied at 18 apiece. Third quarter, 6-12. Sutton. Over to Bodenheimer. Over to Bryant. Bryant back over to Fisher. Fisher left side. Top of the key to Sutton. Sutton back to Bodenheimer. Good job by Adams. Playing some tough defensive here. Good steal by Chermside. Chermside, but stepping right in front of him is Andrew Bryant. And Bryant's going to pick the tech up. So Chermside and Bryant, a little bit of chatter there, and ref stepping in to stop that before it turns into anything more, but that really could have went either way. So we're going to have a technical foul on number 5, Andrew Bryant. You got to keep your composure here. You got a tie ball game. Joel Schroeder not liking that call, getting a warning from the ref. Good job by the refs, though, stepping in. Don't want it to turn into anything more than it needs to. But you got to like the fire from these kids as well. So Andrew Bryant. Andrew Brown for 2. First one is good. 19-18. Adams on top. Second free throw. Up. Good. So there you go. Technical foul, and they'll keep the ball here at this end for the Highlanders, up by 2. Ursey gets it into Chermside. Chermside guarded by Sutton. Sutton, good defense, moving his feet. Chermside, top of the key. Over to Prescorn. Prescorn, he's deadly with that shot, picks up his dribble, and they call him for a travel again. Looked like a jump stop there, but they call him for the travel. He'll turn this ball over. Lake Orion down by 2. Oh, pass up by Fisher and just off the hands of Alden Ritt. Trying to push that tempo for Lake Orion and tie it up, but they'll be still down by 2 here, turning this ball over to Adams. Adams bringing it back up. Chermside, spin. Looking for somewhere to go on the right side. Almost turned over. Fisher, good defense there. Back to Prescorn. Stopped, pops, and just a little bit too hard off the iron. Fisher brings it up for Lake Orion. Down by 2 with 5:03 left. Fisher had some room but didn't go in the paint. Dropped off. Kind of an awkward look there for Ritt, looking to draw a foul. Pulled back up by Chermside. Chermside. Crossover and back up to the top of the key. And just like that, as Chermside picks up the ball, we're going to have an offensive foul push. That's on Jacob Durant, so Lake Orion will take this ball back. Justin Mims back in, as well as Alex DeGrick for Rochester Adams. Fisher looking to go down low to Bodenheimer. Played by Mims there, but he's thrown down and we'll have a foul. Foul is on the floor, so no free throws. Alex Ackerman coming in as well for number 25, Alex DeGrick. Lake Orion inbound underneath the basket. Throwing it up top to Alden Ritt. Back over to Granberry. Granberry over to Sutton. Sutton back over to Ritt, just off his hands, and Lake Orion will turn this over. So right back into the hands of Rochester Adams. Lake Orion a little bit sloppy here early on in this second half. Got plenty of time, just down by 2 to turn it around. 4:22 left in the third quarter. Adams, different story, looking to add on to their lead. Nice drive down low, using the backboard and in. That's Jonathan Ursey. And there's a turnover over to Mims behind the back pass, and he goes up for 2. Perfect play there by Jack Santella. And momentum starting to change a bit. 26-18, Rochester Adams up over Lake Orion. Granberry bringing the ball up, guarded by Mims. Starting to turn up that defensive pressure. Ball getting a little bit slippier on this Lake Orion end. Granberry trying to get to Sutton. Pass is tipped. We'll get a foul. Good call there. A little bit of a push by Ben Chermside, but you like the aggressiveness as well. Chermside will come out for Peyton Prescorn. So the chippiness starting to pick up a bit on both sides, and the intensity as well. You got to like that for high school basketball. Game of the week here on ONTV. Lake Orion going to inbound this ball. That's Sutton over to Granberry. Granberry guarded by Jack Santella, who had the nice behind the back pass to Mims. Mims guarding Sutton. Sutton stops, pops, beautiful. Count that baby, 20-24. Lake Orion down by 4. Peyton Prescorn over to Mims. Adams trying to keep the pressure applied. Prescorn drive, and he'll get the foul. So you gotta like Bodenheimer trying to draw the charge, but before that, we had a call on William McClear. Team foul number 3, 2 shots coming for Prescorn. First shot up for Prescorn, just a little short. That's the thing about Prescorn is he's got that shot. You got to respect that defensively, so you can't lag off him too much, but he can also drive the ball. So double threat for Adams. Prescorn's second shot up. It's good. 20-25. Here comes Granberry and Lake Orion. Sutton trying to create some space. Sutton back over to Bodenheimer. Bodenheimer loses the ball, but we're going to get a call on Alex Ackerman pushing. Looked like some good defense there, but As I mentioned, the intensity is definitely picking up, and you can feel the momentum shift. Granberry, guarded by Chermside. Good defense by Chermside. Granberry able to create a little bit of space with that dribble, and we'll get a foul on the floor. Santella picking up the foul. Inbound pass by Lake Orion. That's Bryant to Granberry. Granberry, crossover. Takes it down low, pass, trying to get it to Jeffrey Perkowski, but just everywhere you look, we got a defender on the floor for Rochester Adams. They're just playing it tight. We'll stay down here with Lake Orion. Inbound pass from Cameron Sutton coming. Sutton, Perkowski, Granberry to Sutton. Got that beautiful stroke, trying to get him an open look. Sutton will stop, get that offense started. Sutton looking for somewhere to go. Crossover dribble into the paint. A little too strong over to the right side. Comes back over to him. Over to Granberry, top of the key. Over to Perkowski. Back over to Granberry. Over to Sutton. Just can't get any space for him. Granberry will pop. A little too strong on the three and saved by Rochester Adams. Almost a steal by Granberry there. But Adams will bring it up by 5. Prescorn been big in this second quarter. This third quarter, second half. Big second half for Prescorn so far. And he'll post up. Prescorn looking for somewhere to go. Corner three, nice fake. It's up and just a little too short. Rebound by Mims, all alone, and he'll put it up for 2. 27-20, Rochester Adams up. And just like that, Joel Schroeder doesn't like what he sees. He's gonna take a timeout. With Lake Orion down by 7, that's a full timeout. The LOHS Dragon Broadcast Program and Orion Neighborhood Television have teamed up to bring you live broadcasts of several LOHS games and events throughout the school year. That includes all varsity boys basketball, varsity girls basketball, and varsity hockey this winter. If you aren't able to be in attendance, well, you can watch many games and events online. A subscription costs $10.99 per month, and half of the money goes back to the LOHS broadcast program. It's a great option for friends and family who might not live in the area. Check out the live stream of Dragon Sports at www.dragonbroadcasting.org. ONTV thanks our student crews for their hard work and dedication to bringing Dragon Sports to the world. So we got a 20-27 ball game. Third quarter, huge third quarter for the Rochester Adams Highlanders. As I mentioned, Jonathan Ursay, Peyton Prescorn, and Ben Chermside. Now, Chermside could have easily gotten a double technical with Andrew Bryant there, but he was able to keep his composure and drew a couple free throws for the Rochester Adams Highlanders. There, as you see, that lead climbing to 7. Inbound pass to Granberry. Granberry brings it up to the right side, drops it off to Cameron Sutton. Sutton looking for somewhere to go. Good defense by Mims. Sutton over to Brennan Jones. Jones over to Bodenheimer. Bodenheimer, top of the key. Passes it back to Sutton. Can't say enough about Mims' defense here for Adams. Over to Granberry. Granberry picked up by Mims. Over to Sutton. Sutton drops it off to Ritt and shot off the iron and pulled down here. We're going to get a tie up here, jump ball, but possession arrow is going to change. So in the hands of number 22, Peyton Prescorn, and he'll pick up the ball for Rochester Adams. Ben Chermside going to come back in the game. Chermside really been the heart and soul so far in this contest. You know, he's going to be huge for Adams in this season. So 17 seconds left. Chermside trying to hold it for the last shot in this third quarter. 12 seconds. Drawing the defense in. Playing a little pick and roll, but we'll have a call on Lake Orion. That's number 4, Granberry. It's his second and the team's 4th. So an inbound pass with 8.3 left in this third. Deep pass down low. Picked it up and turnaround shot perfectly done, but a little too strong for Prescorn. Here's Bodenheimer trying to get a shot off. Just a little short, and after 3, Rochester Adams sees their lead climb to 7, up 27-20 over the Lake Orion Dragons. This is the high school game of the week. Go mobile with ONTV anytime. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube on your mobile devices. Connect with ONTV to see what's happening in our studio, see upcoming events, and watch ONTV programs in high definition on demand. ONTV working to bring Lake Orion to the world. So really picked up the intensity for defensive purposes, however, for the Rochester Adams Highlanders. They've seen their lead climb to 7, down 1 at halftime. It's really just been a completely different team. Leaning on their scorers, Ursi, Prescorn, and Chermside. Played a strong point guard here for the Rochester Adams Highlanders. Now on the other side, there was a technical foul on Andrew Bryant. Now, there was a little bit of a scrummus with Chermside, but the thing is you got to keep your composure, and you don't want those calls. That can be a difference of a ball game. Maybe those free throws don't happen. Maybe you're only down by 5, but just 7 points down. You got a whole quarter, 8 minutes left here to play. Let's see if Lake Orion can turn this around. Lake Orion with the ball. Fisher bringing it up with Mims on him. Mims has played great man-to-man defense here. Pressure provided, and here they go again. Pass over to Eldon Ritt. Back over to Fisher. Fisher over to Ritt. Left it to Ritt. Ritt dribbling it. Right side. Down low. Over to Bodenheimer. Bodenheimer. And they will not give him that basket in continuation as he's fouled on the floor. Foul on number 21, Jonathan Ursi. That's his 3rd. And team 7. So we are going to get some free throws. So in the bonus here for Lake Orion. So that is one positive here. It's going to be a 1-and-1. First shot up for Bodenheimer, and it's good. 21-27, second coming for Bodenheimer, who's being rewarded for playing some tough offense there down low. Didn't get the continuation, but he does make 2 free throws. Bring Lake Orion a little bit closer, 22-27. Chermside, Fisher on him. Passed over to Jonathan Ursi. Back over to Ursi. Ursi stops, but he traveled. Hit the shot, but not able to pick up your dribble there. Lake Orion not wasting any time, down by 5. Over to Ritt, over to Fisher. Back to Sutton. Sutton looking to set that offense, picked by Bodenheimer. Crossover dribble, good job by Sutton. Sutton, nobody home though, not able to make that, just a little bit too strong as he cleared his way to the basket. Here comes Chermside. Chermside over to Ursi. Ursi, three-pointer, no good, but rebounded perfectly by Alex DeGrack for 2. So 29-22, 7-point lead again for Rochester Adams. Here comes Fisher. Fisher left side, dribbling it over to the corner. Dropping it off to Ritt. Ritt, top of the key. Good defense on him. Trying to create some space. Over to Bodenheimer. Reverse layup, no good. Offensive rebound, up by Ritt, and he'll go on the line for 2. So good job by Lake Orion getting that second possession there. That's on Alex DeGrick, his 4th. With Lake Orion down by 7 with 6:30 left. Here's Brennan Jones. Jones's first free throw. Perfect rotation. It's good. Prescorn coming back for Adams. Alex DeGreck will take a seat with his 4 fouls. Jones's second free throw. It's up and perfect. 24-29, down by 5. Can't trade baskets here, though. You got to get a stop if you're Lake Orion. Chermside, guarded by Sutton. Drops it off, stolen. And that looked like a clear path basket foul. Pulled down by Jonathan Ursey, but no call. And just like that, Chermside will bring it back up for 2, so you got to pay attention. Down by 7 now is Lake Orion. Yes, they didn't get the call, but you can't focus too much on that. Sutton with Chermside on him. Getting the screen. Sutton stops, pops. And just a little too long, so he has not had a lot of space on that three-point line. A beautiful rotation on that shot, but just haven't been able to get him any clear openings. Chermside bringing it up by 7, excuse me, with Sutton on top. Pass drop down. Top of the key, three-pointer, it's good. That's Jonathan Ursey, so starting to pull away a little bit. Lead will climb to the biggest lead so far in this ball game at 10. When you've only put up 24 points, a 10-point lead, that's huge. Cameron Sutton, got to get him going. And nice defense again. That's Prescorn. Prescorn getting the block on Eldon Ritt. And slowing it down. Here's Chermside. Chermside with Sutton on him. Down low, and there you go again. There's that man, Peyton Prescorn, for another basket. 12-point lead. 36-24. We'll get a timeout by Lake Orion as Rochester Adams has a commanding lead in this contest, biggest lead of the game. Be sure to tune in to replays of our favorite games right here on ONTV. Tune in to Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays at 7 p.m., Saturdays at 1 p.m. for the most current games in our lineup. Games are also replayed throughout the week, so check our program guide on our webpage at orionon.org for replay times that best fit your viewing schedule. Also visit our YouTube link for games on demand, www.orionontv.org. So just a tale of 2 separate halves. Lake Orion ended that first half up 18-17. Now, so far, with just 4:43 left, we've only had 6 points in this second half. Down 36-24, 12-point lead. As I mentioned, when you only got 24 points, 10 or, well, now 12 point of a hill, just an awfully steep issue to climb here if you're the Dragons. But you do have time. Just haven't had any room for Cameron Sutton, who you can tell they've drawn up some plays for, trying to create some space, coming off those screens to hit some threes, but there's nowhere to go. Nicholas Fisher bringing it up for Lake Orion. Over to Sutton. Sutton, nice drive. Sutton blocked, though. That's Jonathan Prescorn. Prescorn with the block, picks it up and brings it back in. Corner shot, no, he'll drive it perfectly. Jacob Durand, and a commanding lead climbs now to 14. Lake Orion, with just 4 minutes left here, got to pick it up. Over to Fisher, Fisher down. Into the post to Bodenheimer, who draws the foul, but down by 14, you have to think you got to get some of these Cameron Sutton threes coming off some screens, but that's the thing, you're predictable down by 14 with 4 minutes left. Bodenheimer shooting a 1-and-1 here. First shot up, and no good. Comes into the hands of Alden Ritt. that's Brennan Jones, but a tie up. Heads up play again by Peyton Prescorn, and that's it for Lake Orion. Chermside has been so strong offensively here, running this point. Brings it up for Adams. Chermside over to the corner. They're just drawing some clock off at this point. Not even looking to score, just trying to take some clock off and wind this game down. There's a coast-to-coast drive by Cameron Sutton, but knocked away from him. And almost looked like it was off his own hands, but it will stay down at this end. We don't have replay here. (24-38), Rochester up over Lake Orion in this fourth quarter. Granberry over to Sutton. Sutton, just no space. Granberry, top of the key, driving over to the left side. Back up top. Over to Andrew Bryant. Over to Sutton. Sutton. Crossover. And they're going to call a foul on the floor. Looks like that's going to go to Jack Santella, his second and team 10. So that'll put Brennan Jones at the line for 2. Down by 14, got to hit these free throws. First free throw for Jones. Up, no good. And that is definitely a 2-shot foul there. Everybody was a little bit confused. Looks like a 1-and-1, but definitely 2 shots for Jones, who missed on the first. Second one for Jones. Couple dribbles. Shot up, good rotation, and just a little too short. Bodenheimer trying to save it. Unable to do so. You got to like the effort from Bodenheimer, but with 14-point deficit in this fourth quarter, missing your free throws here, you got to wonder. Brought up by Chermside. Chermside, corner, and not popping because they want to take the time off that clock. So smart play. Over to Chermside. Over to Durand. Durand creating some space. Back over to Chermside. Chermside with Granberry on him. Dribbles that ball over the corner, able to get out of any type of trouble. Down low. Ball tipped. Looked like it was off the hand, and we will have an overrule. We're going to keep the ball over on this end. So looked like it may have went off the hand of Ursi, but it was actually knocked out by Granberry, and they'll keep it on the Adams end. 2:35 left, 14-point lead for Rochester Adams, who have had a great second half. There's Chermside. Chermside creating some room. Corner 3, it's good. Peyton Prescorn, count that baby. 41-24, 17-point lead. And it's just a matter of time here with just 2:13 left. Lake Orion not pushing it. And there's a pop and hit by Granberry. Nice play there, but a little too late. Brought up by Chermside. Back over to Chermside. 1:50 left. And down low, nobody home. And Jacob Duran will put in the easiest layup of the night. Up by 17. 1:35 left. Adams has had a heck of a second half. There's Granberry, who stopped in the key. It's just a little too strong, so a little erratic here by the Lake Orion Dragons, and Rochester will take the ball back with 1:26 left. So 26-43, just a heck of a second half for Rochester Adams. Jonathan Ursi, Peyton Prescorn, Ben Chermside, This ball turned over and thrown in by Granberry. Nice layup there on the turnover. There's another turnover. Got to get that ball up. And another shot in. William clear. So down by 13 with just a minute left, though. Where was this defense early on in this second half? You hope Lake Orion can at least use this tape for next week. We're going to get a timeout, a full timeout for Rochester Adams. DVD copies can be purchased by calling ONTV at 248-693-3377 or 248-393-1060. For only $10, you can get a copy of not only this game, but any game or program in our broadcast vault. That's DVD copies, 248-693-3377 or 248-393-1060. That's DVD copies. If you're Rochester Adams, you might want to get a copy of that DVD because, well, it's been perfectly drawn up, especially in the second half here. Peyton Prieskorn, dangerous on the perimeter, whether it be the three-pointer or off the dribble, the speed, the layups he's created. Jonathan Ursay, Ben Chermside has been turnover-free and has really done a good job in guiding this offense here as the Highlanders look to get their first win of the season. Ball brought back up by Rochester Adams over to Prieskorn. Prieskorn throws it away. There's Bodenheimer. Bodenheimer a drive, and that's good for two. 41 seconds. 11-point lead now, so was 17 at one point. A couple easy baskets and turnovers for the Dragons here, and they'll pick up a foul. We're going to get a timeout by the Highlanders here, 32-43, up over the Lake Orion Dragons. ONTV has just launched our brand new internet radio station. You can create your own podcast or radio show or sign up to become a DJ. For more information on the radio station, give us a call at 248-693-3377 or 248-693-1060. So with just 33 seconds left here in the second half, this one's all but over. With the latest surge here by the Dragons, you have to wonder what could have been. With applying some defensive pressure, they've gotten a couple turnovers here. Cameron Sutton, the hot shooting senior on the wing for the Dragons, just hasn't had any room here. Ball almost turned over again by Adams off the hands of Jonathan Ursay. Thrown back in to Chermside. Chermside turns it over. There's Sutton for another two. So 34-43. 18 seconds. This clock is running. And we're going to get a foul here. So just down by 9 points. This was just 17 a couple seconds ago, but a couple defensive pressured turnovers brought Lake Orion a little bit closer. We're going to get a 1-and-1 here on the foul. Santella able to hit it. Clutch free throw there. And Santella second and two. Up. It's good. 15 seconds left. Mims coming back in. Leaving the floor is Alex DeGreck. Good ball game from him. Granberry bringing it up. Dropping it off to Sutton. Sutton, deep three. He hits it. That's a deep three. 37-45. And Lake Orion get a foul with 1.2 seconds left. You have to ask yourself, what could have been? Good job by Lake Orion finishing this one off, but just coming up a little bit short tonight. Here's a 1-and-1 for Jack Santella, who just hit a couple. And he hits it, 3 for 3. Second one for Santella. It's good. Granberry going to get a shot off here. And it's just a little wide. So 37-47. Lake Orion Dragons fall due to the hands of the Rochester Adams Highlanders. Rochester Adams had a heck of a second half, able to get points easily at will from Peyton Prescorn. Good job by Ben Chermside to really, he was a general of this offense. He did a good job, no turnovers in the second half. Jonathan Ursay was consistently good on both sides of the ball, defensively, offensively, and we had a heck of a ball game here. So Lake Orion falls short, loses by the hands of Rochester Adams. This was the Lake Orion High School Game of the Week. David Saseski here with you, with everybody else back there. Thanks so much for tuning in. Have a great night, everybody.